next one? Golden Wolf. That was Golden Wolf by Dope Lemon. Am I a DJ? What are you doing? How are you? Where are you? Here I am. Here I am. I have two eyes. I'm just a little bit shy. I'm not trying to be Illuminati. I'm just shy. I'm not part of a cult. I've never been part of a cult. I've never even wanted to ever be. I don't even want to be part of like any kind of troop or gang. Anyway, I'm a little popular with some of the cultish people, but I'm not in a cult, nor have I ever agreed to do any sort of rituals with any cults. I've never agreed to any of that. Okay. Love you, though. Okay. We're getting through it regardless. Regardless of what in the world's going on here. Okay. Well, this brings me to my very first point that I wanted to make, because it was very deep and profound, and it made me cry, like, instantly. So hopefully I won't cry again. I've already cried about it, so, I mean, my super fans know this. They know everything. Okay. All right. Fine. All right. I mean, God knows everything, so he already knew everything. So it's like he beat you to it. I mean, he knows how many hairs are on my head, although you might have some sort of program that could figure that out. The devil wants to be just like God. Oh, it's sort of, I mean, it's kind of pitiful. Okay. Anyway, I was thinking today about, this is kind of a deep thing. Now, maybe this is a super, like, Mr. Obvious thing, and people are going to be like, yeah. Sometimes it feels like that. But it wasn't that obvious to me. And I hope I say this right. Because it was more of like a whole gestalted moment that I didn't really articulate. It's about loving your enemies. I was like, Lord, how do you love your enemies, you know? Just thinking about the idea of loving your enemies, you know, blessing your enemies. It's easy to love people who love you. Try loving people who hate you, or who, like, try to hurt you, or, you know. So I was thinking about loving your enemies. And the Lord just showed me in a heartbeat that it's easier than you think. Because you already love these people. You just didn't know that they were your enemy. You started out loving them. So the love's always there. You can always tap into that. And, you know, I guess people don't set out to be each other's enemies. I mean, I don't like making enemies. I don't really, you know, I've said this for a long time on here. I don't like the idea of having enemies. Like what's there to be against? Like, what's your problem? I always have, like, that live and let live. Paul McCartney. You know, the live and let live mentality. But not everybody does feel that way. You know, some people really, I think a lot of us are experiencing this, where, like, our families of origin might have a certain way of being or a way of seeing life. And especially if you're a creative person, they might not support what you're doing. And they might not understand what you're doing. And especially if you're, like, a Jesus freak, for example. They might not want you to do that. I understand. They don't want you to turn into this thing that they're embarrassed of or whatever. I get it. But if you're going to obey God, you're going to be doing things that upset people. Even people that you love the most. And they'll want to project their own illness on you. used to be the real scapegoat in the family until, I started really acting out. I became the scapegoat quickly. I'm doing my best. A long time ago, he used to really feel sort of bullied, by certain family members because of who he is. And like, he's a very creative person. He's a very gifted person. He's one of these empaths, these real sensitive, anointed children of God. And he's always been kind of bullied by these narcissist kind of people. And a long time ago, he had a dream. And I can't even really remember the dream, except for it always reminds me of that Watership Down, that movie Watership Down. He said in the dream, he realized, and the phrase that was going around was that all the rabbits are sick. That he realized that all of this, he used to be very attacked over his mental health and over what he felt like just wasn't the right kind of environment for him to work in. And these forces in his world that also had the purse strings, trying to, corner him into a certain way of seeing life and a way of being in life. This is a person who has special needs, this is a person who, was not rewarded for the things that he was really good at. That was always withheld. And there was always this sort of expectation or hope that he would do this other thing or some sort of thing. Like when you're from families where like their story about you is more important than who you are, really, like the thing that they can tell their friends about or the way that you appear in the picture in the family album, it's always more important than like who you really are. There's just this. Anyway, for many years he was scapegoated and made to feel like something was wrong with him, but really they just had him in the wrong environment. And tried to put this worldview on him that was just upside down. It's upside down from what God's, this materialist perspective is, and the way people measure each other based on what it is they do for money and how much they have of it and what they look like. And I mean, this is just a thing that I have not bought into, and neither has Ken. Like, we just don't buy into that. We just rejected that a long time ago. Just reject it. Even though you still have to be involved, still have to be involved with people that you love. I mean, you can't see eye to eye with everybody that you love. That's just impossible. So you do your best. You sort of tap dance around conversations and then try not to step on any landmines. A lot of eggshell walking on eggshells in these families so you don't trigger somebody. Anyway, the dream is all the rabbits are sick. That people who have a hard time with the way you've chosen to live your life, or the faith that you have, or whatever it is, the color of your hair, whatever it is. People have issues with people for all kinds of reasons. But this, I hope, can just be a message for you to persevere through that, just to continue to be strong in who you are. Don't let other people tell you who you are based on their weird. What was that? There was a gal I was watching earlier. I think her name was Brittany. She's talking about I can't remember how she put it now. Like wonky goggles or something like that. Oh, I can't remember, but she's very funny. People will be looking at you through their own lens, and they'll see you the way they want to measure success and mental health and what's a valuable use of your time, what kind of routine you should have, when you should go to sleep. I mean, people will have an opinion on exactly how you should be living your life, and if you don't, they might gang up on you. They might want to get you back into shape. Mr. Band, you have, what is it? Everybody's laughing, everybody's free. Keep the big door open. Everyone will come around. And then, why are you different? Why are you that way? If you don't get in line, we'll lock you away. Gross. Great lyric, though. Dave Matthews Band. David. Okay. So that's the issue there, is that we are in the predominant matrix style, like, thinking from these family systems and these work systems, these industry systems. It's all the same kind of like mind virus or whatever you'd call it. I don't know what you'd call it, but it's kind of gross, you know. Instead of helping people see what they're good at and helping them blossom in what they're good at, and not putting this almighty dollar thing on, you know, like somehow it defines you as a person. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's very much like how the way we look defines us as a person. It's ridiculous. It's upside down world. Are we kidding? What was that? Have I just gotten a late start? Oops. Wait a second. It says 30:22. 2:11. No, that's not it. Oh, it's 5 o'clock and he's here. Jesus help me. Okay, it's fine. It's good. He doesn't know I'm recording, so he's being real loud in there. Lord, thank you for giving me patience with Kenneth. He's a wonderful man with a wonderful heart, and I almost said fart. Thank you, Jesus. He's singing real loud now. I guess he wants my attention, maybe. Hi there. I wonder how long it'll take for him to figure out that I'm recording. Okay, I'm just going to plow forward. Here we go. So listen. Where was I? I was saying earlier that... Okay, well, hi there. He plows through like a bull in a china shop, even though he's like an hour early. Okay, it's okay. I'm good. All right. Let's get back to our thing. He has a routine. He goes through his routine, so we have a few minutes. How are you? How are your loud roommates? Okay. Shh, it's fine. Oh, yeah. Okay, well. Paula Abdul. Happy birthday. And also happy birthday, Barry Manilow. I missed your birthday. I haven't been online. I haven't been on the gram. If I had been on the gram, I would have wished you a proper birthday, and I'm sorry. I've had to take a little vacation. Been on a vacay from the gram, you know. You have to do that sometimes. Give yourself a break. Okay, Paula Abdul. God bless you. You know I love you. Okay, there's... What was that? 3 lates. I said there's 3 lates